Good morning! 2 days to go. One more wake up. 2025. 2025. Woo. Anyway. Alright, so it is Tuesday morning. We've only got one delivery to make today. So that's good. Be about an hour. We're going to leave here in a second. And it's what a day. Got some donuts in this van. And, yeah, everything's good. Everything is good. I feel better. You know, yesterday I think I told you all I was kind of fighting something. Something was trying to attack me. I'm winning that battle. I'm just letting you know. You know? I'm winning. It's good. It's good to be a winner. Alright, so have I got everything done here? I think so. Oh. I think we're ending 2025 on a good note. Here we go. Oh yeah, I gotta get windshield wiper fluid. Remind me. Send me a comment. It just says, remember the windshield wiper fluid. Because I got to pick that up. I don't need it today. I probably won't need it for a few days. I think the weather's going to be cloudy, kind of partly sunny. I don't think we're not going to be warming up for anytime soon, but it's not going to be too bad. Not going to be too bad. It's really not bad. I mean, it's 28 degrees. Come on. It's a little windy, so it feels a little brisk. I'll tell you what, the new car that I got has automatic. Switch it on so that now I always buy used cars, by the way, so this is probably something that's been out there for a long time, but it's the first time I've had it where the car will actually like turn the, you know, you've got the high beams on, but if it sees headlights ahead anywhere or tail lights or something, I mean, for somehow it knows when you would turn the high beams off. And if you're a polite person, put it that way. There are some people that just don't care, but I care. So yeah, but it does a really good job of going up and down. I get the van now and I gotta I gotta put it up, but I have become a high beam person. I wasn't before. I never did it. All you gotta do is hit one deer and boy, you're gonna become a high beam person. It's a prediction. You know, my first car was actually my mom's car. You know, I mean, she gave me she bought a new car and she gave me her old one, or let me use it. Let's put it that way. We didn't officially say this is your car because I had a younger brother, but he was not really interested in driving, thank goodness. And anyway, that car, it was a Galaxy 500, a Ford Galaxy 500 V8. I mean, it was kind of a big family car, but it was a very powerful car. Loved it. But the high beam switch was a little button that was on the floor. Does anybody remember that? Like, was that a thing? So, like, if you wanted to put your high beams on with your left foot, it was over on the left-hand side of the floorboard, you would hit this little button. It was, you know, I mean, I guess that sort of made sense before they started putting everything on the steering column. I mean, now you can do everything just with your steering wheel. You can do the radio, you can do the cruise control, everything. someday you're just going to think, no, actually, you know what? Before you get to the point, see, he got his eye beams on, but it's like, I don't care. I think before we get to, see, that's why I don't really like high beams, because you got to remember to turn them off. I know, it's a safety thing. I was going to make a point, but now I can't remember what it was. Oh, I was going to say that eventually you're just going to have to think these things, like high beams, low beams, and it's going to automatically do it. But that's not true, because before we get to that point, I know everybody is opposed to this. I am too. I don't like the idea, but the self-driving car thing is going to happen. I don't think we can stop it. And that's going to happen before you need to automate more car stuff, because who cares, right? It won't even matter what you're doing. You're going to be you're going to be sitting in the back of the car playing Monopoly with the kids. You don't care how the high beams work. And the Monopoly board, just in case you're thinking, well, that doesn't make sense, because if you've got a Monopoly board, you know, you're moving down the road, things are going to fly all over the place. No. It's going to be like an imaginary 3D thing sitting in front of you. You know what I mean? We're getting there. Star Wars is coming. Oh, by the way, so if you haven't, I don't know if anybody who watches me has ever noticed, but in my description I have the name of a really pretty cool channel out there. It's called Driving Daily, or Daily Driving. Well, I always forget, because I just know the guy's name is John. So I put the actual channel name is in my description. But anyway, if you look at yesterday's stream, it's only like 9 hours long, so just sit back. No, I'm just kidding. It is 9 hours long, but if you look at his stream from yesterday, I think it says something about hope, new hope, something new hope, to new hope. Anyway, if you look at his stream, in the comments, I put the time. Go in and look at this. He's talking about a lightsaber that he bought for his kids. At least that's the way he initially described it. He was buying it because he thought he was going to resell it, but then, you know, he decides it's going to be for the kids. Well, it just cracks me up. I looked at it again this morning because I wanted to go in and mark the time on it. So there's a little, if you hit that link, I think it's like 4 hours and something into the thing, into the stream. It's hysterical. It's hysterical. You just watch like 3 or 4 minutes, because from the point that I marked it, he starts to talk about how he got this lightsaber, and he does a lot of like eBay shopping, kind of, you know, finds things, and so he found this thing, and then he decided that he was going to give it to the kids. But if you listen to him, you know right away this wasn't for the kids. I mean, it was given to the kids, but I mean, I couldn't believe and then he just kept going. Like, he knows more about this lightsaber than probably the people that make it. I mean, it was very funny. It was very funny. But yeah, cars. We're going to be sitting, like, you remember the whole nightclub scene in Star Wars where they're like doing weird. I don't think people are going to be that weird looking, although some of them already are. Whoa, whoa! See that? Did you see that? That was a whole pack. I wonder if that showed up. Did you see all those deer? There were like at least 6 deer right there. And that last one, man. Holy man, I didn't have my high beams on. See what happens? Oh my God. It's dangerous out here, man. I'm really thinking about buying a really cheap car and just using it to drive to work, because I'm so paranoid now. Like in the back of my head, I'm like, there's a deer anywhere out there. I've never thought that way. That was a lot of deer. There were at least 6 deer in that group. Most of them had already crossed, thank goodness. But that last guy would have gotten it if I hadn't stopped. And I will tell you this, and I say this a lot because it's worth reminding people. Did you see like lightning? Did you just see? There was a flash in the sky. And I don't know why there would be lightning. That was weird, right? Did you see it? All right, we're like driving into the Twilight Zone right here. Anyway, what I was going to say, keep your eyes out for a flash. I will tell you if I see another one. Hear that little shaky noise? That's supposed to tell me to take a vitamin every morning, and that's telling me to do that. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, when you're looking at the camera, it is much closer. What you see in the camera, looking out, is closer than it appears when you're looking at it there. Like I say that because like the deer that I see, they look like they're much further away when you're looking in the camera. That last deer that crossed the road in front of me right there was actually very close to we came pretty close to that one. There was one time where I was watching John driving, and he was making a left-hand turn. I think I might have mentioned this on my stream too. And he's making a left-hand turn, and somebody came from the opposite direction. The oncoming traffic didn't stop at the light. He had a protected turn, so he's turning on the arrow, and this other car went through the red light, and really right in front of me. Now, when you look at it on the film, it looks, close. Of course, you're also not in the car, so you don't get the same feeling that you would if you were sitting in the car. But I know from watching my camera that was pretty close. I mean, that was really, even though when you look at it on the replay, it's like, okay, yeah, you came pretty close. No, you came really close. It's just the way it I don't want to say it distorts things. I guess in a way it does. A little bit. I bookmarked that too, but I don't remember what day that was. I have to do more of that stuff in mine. Go. Wow, I'm gonna go back and grab that deer picture. I think I'm gonna take like little clips of my near misses my animal sight. Let's just call them animal sightings. And I'm going to create like a little, like I'll do a 1-2 minute short video, stick it in a playlist. I think I'm going to do that. Because that is one thing that happens frequently. I was going to do, the other day I ran, I think it was a fox, it might have been a cat, okay? I don't know. The more I look at the video, I think it was a cat. So I felt bad about if it was a cat. I'm like, I'm not going to take this video and put it, make a little clip out of it because somebody could watch it. It could be their cat. I mean, the likelihood that that would happen is very, very slim. I realize that, but maybe somebody just had a cat that died by, I don't want to bring up, sad emotions, but yeah, it was maybe a week ago. An animal darted. Darted is the right word. Like this animal didn't run. It darted across from the left-hand side of the road and didn't make it. But I don't know. I'm not sure that it died either. I think it went under my van, but it might have just rolled. I mean, that's possible. I don't remember feeling the tires go over anything. I just remember the feeling of some impact of some sort. So I don't know. We had very, very windy activity yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, it started to get very windy. It started out like 50 degrees, and then by the end of the day, it was like in the 30s. So we dropped at least, probably 20 degrees throughout the day yesterday. But the wind was insane. So I really wondered whether, it's still kind of windy, but yesterday was ridiculous. I mean, I would not have been surprised if I saw some, branches or trees that have been blown down, but nothing so far. do that every 10 minutes until I turn it off. It's supposed to sound like somebody shaking a pill bottle. I don't really need that app anymore. Like last year, not last year, 2024. Wow. It's crazy how time flies. But anyway, in 2024, I had a medical issue that had me in the hospital for a little bit. You know, maybe I almost died, maybe. No, I don't think I'm gonna. But anyway, so, but, you know, of course, doctors immediately put you on all these things. And so I had enough medications that I was like, I gotta remember to take these, when I'm supposed to take these, and all that kind of stuff. So, this app that I've got on the phone, Meta something. Meta. It's a really good app. I mean, it like comes up, you tell it when you're supposed to take the pill, you know, what time, and it tracks all that stuff for you. Of course, I'm sure that also means that your information's out there if somebody else is tracking it too. But, so it works really well, and I decided to, you know, I take some creatine every day. You know, there's a couple of things that I do, and I still use it for that. And it is helpful. Of course, some kind of there is an annual charge for it. I think when it comes up for renewal, I might not do it. I mean, it is kind of silly. But if you add up all these little annual or worst ones with monthlies, but you have these subscriptions that come up. You know, they don't sound like much when you do it, but then when you sit down, and I do this once a year, I sit down and I look at all the subscriptions that I'm paying every month or year or whatever. It adds up quickly. Like, I only turn Netflix on when I'm interested in seeing something. I don't really watch Netflix much. Amazon, I just keep that going because the shopping is so easy. But yeah, and then don't get me started on Sirius XM. I wasn't watching that when I was working full time in my little, you know, in that world. I really wasn't watching my bills as carefully sometimes as I should have. And I didn't understand what Sirius was charging me. I had Sirius set up on like my brother's car and going way back. And so I went to clean up my Sirius account maybe a little more than a year ago.
Listener 207 says, good morning from Lisa and Suzanne, Janet and Jen's favorite sisters.
Hey, good morning. How are you? On my way to what a day. On my way to what a day. With my van full of donuts. Up early. It's the Bakery Way.
Listener 207 says it's windy here in New Jersey too.
Yeah, yesterday was insane. A little earlier today, I almost I had a whole pack of deer running in front of the van. I mean, most of them were already passed, but there was the one last deer. If I hadn't stopped, I would have smacked it. So we had a little excitement. I didn't have to slam on the brakes though, so donuts are safe. It's much colder today. Were you like we were in the 50s yesterday, low 50s. I did notice this morning that the gas prices are back up about 10 cents from where they were. Wind damage back here. Chair blew over. Crates are all over the place. All right. There we go. Excellent. See, I didn't have to call this morning. Unload these little critters. This thing has a plastic cover on it that's blowing up. I feel like the flying nun out here. Well, I tried with the chair. Did you see the chair that blew up in front of the truck? Oh, you know what? I didn't get the wrap. I'm not going to do it. I forgot to get the trays. It's alright. I'll get them tomorrow. Got my papers. And I got the check, so that's good. I got enough trays back at the bakery anyway. I don't think I really need to take it. I'm glad I didn't have the camera on me because I looked ridiculous right a few minutes ago. So it was relatively calm out there. Let me get going before I tell the story. Here we go. So it was okay when I walked in there, and then I got the tray out, started to load it up, and it has like this plastic. If you've ever seen it, I don't think you can see it today, but sometimes you've probably seen it. It has like a plastic, thing that zippers. It just keeps everything fresh inside over this rack. Well, I mean, all of a sudden the wind like that crazy. It like blew up. It was almost going over the van, and I'm like grabbing it. Oh my god! And I couldn't get it back on. And I think they have a camera inside the. I like grabbed it and just rolled the tray inside that door, and I'm in that room trying to get this plastic thing back over top of the rack, which I hope they don't go back and look at that film because it's embarrassing. I did get it though. I got it, so everything's good. Okay. Delivery was made. I got my papers. I got a check. So life is good. Let's pretend that the other stuff didn't happen. By the way, I really am going to figure out a way to take the camera out and make it part of the experience. Will be seeing me like unload the truck, the van. I gotta stop saying truck. It really isn't a truck. It's a van. I mean, truck sounds a little more macho. Yeah, I'm in the truck. But I'm not driving the truck. What is that noise? Do you hear a noise? Is this the air? High-pitched noise. All the doors are shut. I think it's the wind. See, stop there. Stop. Back. Stop. Yeah, it's gotta be the wind. It was weird. I mean, it was a gust like... I just pictured myself taking off. I would like to be able to fly. If I had a superpower, that would be the one that I would want, flying. I mean, I've thought about being invisible, like that would be a fun one, but I don't think it has quite the appeal. What are you going to do? If you can be invisible, I mean, you can be invisible by just, like, not going. And then really really, by being invisible, all you're really doing is saying you want to like eavesdrop and hear what people are saying and stuff, which is, it's kind of fun sometimes. But flying, definitely, that's big. That's a lot. Yesterday, I forgot to look it up. I was going to look up. I actually slept a lot yesterday. I figured I'm going to let my body like deal with this this cold that was trying to attack me. Which it didn't. I didn't let it happen. I didn't let it happen. But because I think there was definitely a cold going through the bakery last week, maybe the week before. There were a couple people who were like, sniffles and stuff. So he tried to get me, but I didn't mind that. Wow. Got like this guy is riding right on my butt. Right on my butt. Oh, but what I was going to do yesterday, so I wanted to figure out every day, the sunlight is becoming X number of minutes more every day. But I don't really know, I don't remember how many minutes it is. Like, is it 3 or 4 minutes? I don't know. All I know is it's dark right now. Oh, there's my reminder. I should have turned that off when we stopped. Wonder how, like, some people, well, everybody has a different comfort level on how close they would follow another car. Like, the person behind me right now is obviously somebody who's very comfortable close. But, like, if you ride with somebody else, like, it's just funny how some people are just more comfortable closer to, I don't think tailgating, I mean, there are people that tailgate because they're trying to rush the car ahead of them and stuff like that. But I think basically some people are just much more comfortable with less space between them and the car ahead of them. I think my aunt used to be like that. I think I didn't ride with her a lot, but I remember when I did, like when I was in a car with my aunt, I think I remember just feeling like, oh, and maybe it's just something you grow up with. like you probably adopted from your, whoever you're riding with as a child, right? You get like, oh, okay, this is how close we ride when we're behind somebody. But it's funny. Some people are just much more comfortable. I'm not. And I've learned to like watch how close the person, like not necessarily just the person ahead of you, but how close they are to the next car. Because if they're real close, then they're going to be hitting the brakes constantly. And it's just annoying to me to be like that. Like in a perfect world, you should be able to just cruise along and just like take your foot off the gas a little bit, maybe put it back on. Driving tips from Craig. Oh, God. And that's another thing about the camera. Like, I notice when I'm watching my own video, it looks like we're further behind somebody. Like I could be tailgating somebody and it would look pretty normal to you or to me. One time I didn't stop really as quickly as I normally would. I think it was one of my trips up to Pennsylvania. I don't know what it was, but there was something about, I think I just glanced away for a second and the traffic was stopping, so I had to hit the brakes a little harder than I normally would. Like just one of those moments where you're like, kind of taken off guard by how the traffic is stopping. Nothing horrible, but it definitely was. But if I looked at it on the film because I'm like, that looked kind of stupid. So I went back and looked at it a day or two later. It didn't look like a problem at all. Like on the replay, you wouldn't think, he barely stopped for that one. Almost hit that car. No, it didn't look like that at all. might add like a theme to the trip. I haven't figured out how I'm going to incorporate that, but neat idea. Or maybe a subject. You know what I mean? I also want to start to giving out a cookie thing. Like there's a lady, like right now, there's a car next to me. And as I went by, I just like glanced over this lady in there. She looked over at me. And this is the light. This light is very long. Like we just got here. And so we're going to be here for a minute or two. So my plan is that I'm going to give away cookies. And like right now would be perfect. Because the van that I'm in has cute pictures on the sides of it and stuff. Like I'm obviously in a bakery van, okay? So why wouldn't I be able to jump out and hand somebody a cookie? That's what I say. Obviously I have to be very cautious. I don't want to be a traffic hazard. And I thought about, I've looked into this. I really did do a lot of research on this. So I know that I could get like a pole, an extension pole type of thing. It starts out, it's only maybe 8 inches long, but you can like extend it out. Has a little hook on the end. I can put my cookie on the end of the hook. Like I don't even have to get out of the car. I just roll down the window. And everybody can roll down windows from the driver's seat now. So I could be next to you. Guy rolls down his window. All of a sudden you see this cookie coming over toward you. What are you going to do? Are you going to freak? Are you going to roll down the window? I don't know. It's a thought, okay? See how long we've been here, though? I could have baked the cookies and then delivered them. Some of the lights, I have to say that about Carroll County. Some of the traffic lights are extensively long. One day I will try to time it. It's not on this trip. I'd have to do it in my car. But one day I want to go to this one traffic light and show you how long this thing is. It's ridiculous. And if I time it right, you'll see that you're kind of like sitting there. You're trying to make a left-hand turn and you don't get the arrow that will allow you to do it. Like you have a red arrow, you don't have a no arrow. You know, it's not one of those situations where you don't have any arrow at all. But you're sitting there trying to make this left-hand turn and there are no cars coming. I mean, you've been sitting there for like 20 minutes. Not really, but you've been sitting there for a couple minutes and all the traffic's like cleared out and you're still sitting there and no traffic is coming and you're just, it's crazy. It is a crazy light. This song is called Killers in the Jungle. Killers in the Jungle. Brought to you by Infraction Music. There's some kind of weird noise. Hear it? I don't know what. Block it out, Craig. Alright, the sky is starting to show signs of light. It's kind of neat looking on this camera. today. I am I'm doing dishes today. There's a lot of trays at the bakery, a lot of trays. But I'm gonna knock those little boogers out. I went in a little earlier. I did try to get myself set up before I left for this trip, for this delivery route. I was there for maybe an hour before, and got myself all set up. So I've got, I don't know how many trays. I don't count them. I think other people that have done this for me have sometimes counted how many trays there are. I don't count. I don't even want to know. I just know how many stacks there are. And I am gonna bust them out today. Here, let me just tell you, from a bakery standpoint, okay? If you're washing trays at a bakery, here's the situation. You've got the trays where maybe they were just used to make cookies. They're easy. Got some sprinkles on there. You just rinse them off. Nothing. It's easy. Then you got some where maybe they were donuts, so you got some icing and things, chocolate, drizzle, stuff like that. Again, hit it with some hot water, nothing. But then you got the ones where they use it to actually they can bake the cakes where they're like layers of cakes. Well, they're baked in a tray. So those can be a beast. Because it's basically like a big cake pan. Deep thoughts from the bakery dishwasher. But yesterday, as I was getting myself set up for this too, I kind of tried to knock out some of those baked foods. So they take a little bit longer. You gotta focus on that. Alright, we're back in the area where those deer were earlier. Hopefully they've moved on. I think it was right in here through this section. I'm telling you, we could have wiped out a whole family if we were moving too fast. Some people just don't. They're like, you know what? I'm going to use my high beams, and I don't know. I guess nobody taught them that you're supposed to turn them down. I didn't have my high beams on when we saw the deer, though. I wish I had. They would have been a little footage. The footage. What the heck was that? I'm telling you, we got like Wizard of Oz debris flying around out here. Really cool in the video. In real life, it's okay, but it definitely looks better in the camera. is this screen right here. This will be my thumbnail for today's trip. There, remember that. Basically, what I do is, whoa, did you hear that wind? What I do is at the end of the day, I go in, kind of grab a picture out of the trip, and then I'm going to redesign my my little replay thing. Right now, I think it says, ride along, replay, streaming. Well, I'm going to take streaming off of there because it's not streaming anymore. So I want to simplify that a little bit. And then I put the date on it. I like that because even for myself, if I want to remember what happened on a certain day, not that I ever do. All right, maybe it's pointless, but I like doing it. It makes me feel organized. So if you go back and look at my live stream, it's like a historical. I've got them all episodes. I'll be flipping over into the 2601 episodes in a couple of days. Oh, here we go. We're gonna have a hoedown. Yee-haw! Brought to you by Infraction Music. Appropriate for our country roads out here in Carroll County. And then we go to our next song is Sweet Vibe. Sweet Vibe. Stop one day, not when it's cold out, but when it gets warmer out. I want to stop and talk to a cow. I mean, I don't expect much reaction, but it just makes me feel better. This street kind of looks like it's going to go into that barn until you swerve over at the last minute.
Humans raised Double Hazy says just so the owner doesn't take you for a castle wrestler.
That's true. Hey, sometimes they're right up next to the fence. Kelly, if you look at the stream, I guess within the first 10 minutes or whatever, like the early part of this trip, when I was on this road, whatever it is, the one that starts with a B, headed over, I had a whole family of deer run in front of me. It wasn't really that close, but except the last one. The last one there was a straggler. It was a little close. But like I didn't have to slam on the brakes or anything. Fortunately, because I had a van load of donuts.
Ways Double Hazy says, will that be another short video?
I might. Yeah, I think I might grab that one. I told you about my fox/cat. I didn't make that into a video, but I was thinking about it. I don't know. I feel bad because it might be somebody's cat. But I don't think I killed it. Later that day I went back and I didn't, when I drove down on the way home, I didn't see any evidence of an accident or death. So maybe it just rolled under the car. All right. Well, that is the end of my journey today. One more trip. Tomorrow is Wednesday. What's 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock tomorrow. Back on the road. Take this in with me. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to end my stream. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock, bright and early. Probably 2 deliveries tomorrow, I think. That's what it usually is. That'll be the last time. Last time, 2025. So, I will bid you all farewell. Have a great day. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.